telling you that I lived in a car for 3 years. In my 30s, I was homeless. I was homeless based off of a decision I made. October 8th, 1985, I walked in a comedy club for the very first time. Never been in a comedy club, but I had been writing jokes all my life. 2 years, I was writing jokes for a dude taking my jokes, going to a comedy club. He was paying me $10 for it. I had never been to a comedy club, had never heard of a comedy club. I was writing for a buddy of mine named A.J. Jamal. He would pay me $10 a joke. One day, I was writing some jokes for him, and I was over his house to drop him off, and this girl named Gladys Jacobs came over to the house, and she said, "You the dude that's writing the jokes for A.J. Jamal?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "He the funniest dude at the comedy club." I said, "At the what?" She said, "He's the funniest dude at the comedy club." I'm 27. I've never heard of a comedy club. Now, all my life, I wanted to be on TV. I'm going to tell you that story a little bit later. But I just said, man, at the comedy club, she said, "You should come." She said, "Why don't you tell the jokes yourself?" Really? Tell the jokes myself? She said, "Yeah." Now I'm thinking, I said, man, this could be what I've been asking God my whole life. See, some of you in this spot where you keep asking God, what do I do next? What's my next move? You know the hardest thing about your life? Trying to figure it out. Ain't that hard? But do you know that you ain't supposed to do that? Do you know that God already designed you for a purpose in life? And if you would just simply ask God what it was, he could guide you to it, and the search for what I'm supposed to do would be over. But oh no, we so busy figuring it out. I got news for you. How to do something, the how-to is none of your business. That's what I never knew. So I was just wanting, man, to just be on TV since I was a little kid. And the girl said, "Come to the comedy club." So I go to the comedy club with her. She said, "We're going to go Tuesday night. I want you to sign up to perform next week. And then I want you to see how it go first." I said, "Cool." So I walked in the comedy club. I signed up for the following week. And I sit down. I didn't have no money back then. This girl named Gladys Jacobs bought me some chicken wings and grapefruit juice. And I was sitting there watching. There's supposed to be 10 dudes perform. 9 of them went up. Now, I ain't laughed all night. She said, "You're not laughing at none of these jokes." You know why? Because what they were doing was my actual gift. It was the thing I've been doing my whole life. So I wasn't laughing at their jokes because I knew everything they was going to say, and I knew everything they should have said where the joke would have really been funny. So I'm just sitting there just a student, man. So it got to the 10th guy, and they called his name, and nobody went up. And they called his name again. They said, "Well, looks like number 10 isn't here. We're going to go to next week's list. Steve Harvey, come on up." I looked at that girl, Gladys. I said, "It's crazy." I said, "There's somebody in here got the same name I got." She said, "You really can't be this stupid." She said, "Boy, that's you." And the audience clapped again, all white audience. I run up on stage, I ain't got nothing. First thing I say to the audience is, "Hey, I appreciate y'all clapping, but I ain't supposed to be here. I'm on next week's show." They white, they laughed. So I said, "No, really, I ain't got nothing for y'all." So the girl Gladys yelled out, "Tell them about when you was boxing." So on the way down, I had told her this story about boxing. So I did the boxing joke. These people was in the flow laughing. So then I ain't had nothing else. So I had wrote some jokes for my buddy A.J. Jamal that I hadn't sold to him yet. So I said, "Well, hell, let me try these." So I did them jokes. They died laughing. They brought me off stage. They brought all 10 of us up on stage. They had a clap off. That night, I won the clap off. I won amateur night, October 8th, 1985. They paid me $50. I get in the car. I'm 40 minutes from my house. Gladys is driving me home. I'm crying the entire time. I can't stop crying.